Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a windy Rochester. And happy Thursday, everybody. Texas One Flyboy, how's it going? Nice to see you. We're going to be taking the DC-3 from Rochester to Erie to Cleveland. And then we're going to just kind of see how we're feeling. We might turn around and turn this into Airmail Route 21 East, or we might do something a little different. So, yeah, we'll see. But anyway, good to see you. I'm going a little early tonight, as you guys can tell, because everybody at my house is gone. The folks that I normally hang out and wait on, one of them is out at a dinner party and the other is working late. So I'm going to go ahead and fly. What the heck? So here we are. This is the overall route, and Erie is actually right down here. Nothing fancy today on the flight plan, you guys. We're just literally going to be VFR down the coast of Lake Erie here. This is a little bit longer route, 127 miles, but shouldn't be too long for the DC-3, about an hour probably, and then another 86 miles into Cleveland. So we'll see how I'm feeling. I am a little under the weather, but do have some meds on board now. So need to drag out the DC-3. Oh, you've been flying that 247D late. That's a fun plane. Got a little too quirky for me. Like I just couldn't ever make the couldn't ever get the combination of RPMs, and I just like one time it would work great. Next time the engine would blow up. It just is one of those things. Hey, JPC.
Hi, JPC.
Oh, 100 bits. And the Twitch has added 50, and yeah, cool. You got a little hype train going. How cool. Welcome, Mr. Sonante. Nice to see you. Way to get the hype train rolling. All right, let's do this here. Oh, we have ATC all over the place, so I'm going to go ahead and file a flight plan. We are VFR from Rochester to, we're going to go Erie first, and they'll put Cleveland as our alternate. 0, 0. Yeah, it won't take us 45 minutes, but I'll put a half an hour in there, and then we'll just estimate about an hour. And I think I've got probably pretty close to that. This thing goes about 120, and we'll just say 5,500. We'll be southeast bound. And I'm going to say non RNAV capable. Technically, I don't even think we're slant alpha, because I don't think I have a DME on this thing. But anyway. Let's see. You keep losing oil pressure because the engine's too hot. Yeah, I forgot to open the oil shutters. Slant uniform. Yeah, you know what? That really should be it. I can't confirm that I don't have a DME, but I don't think I do. Well, we'll go slant alpha. That's okay. Or just visual anyway. We probably shouldn't be talking to anybody. Downwind sim. Yeah, so you can see we got ATC all over the place except for where we're flying. We're flying through Cleveland. So
Hello, Downwind Sim.
Downwind sim. Hello, Mr. Q. Nice to see you, sir. So I am on VATSIM, and if you want to load in, I'm at Rochester right now on the DC-3. So anybody who would like to hop on board can. So we're down here. Everything, I got my parking brake is on. And we're going to go ahead and get the fuel selectors selected. Left aux for the takeoff. Go right aux over here. We need to open the cowls to open. Click, click, click. You've been flying the Falcon 50? No, you have not. Downwind simulations. I used to love that plane. Absolutely loved it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. A few tweaks and you're back. Nice. Yeah. I'm going to grow old. Whoops. I'm gonna grow old waiting on Aerobask to get that sucker going. So I'm so happy you're working out. That's way cool. That is way cool. Alrighty, what do I need to do? Mags. We need to get the mags magging. We need to go full mix, full prop, crack throttle. And, alright, booster pump coming on. Whoops, a little bit of a stutter there. Let's get the energizer for the right going. You'll set me up. I love it. I love it. So this is a little like the 247D with the way this engine start is. I don't know if you can hear that, but you listen. Then we engage the mesh. I'm going to give it just a little bit of primer here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. No. Oh, barely caught right at the very, very end. All right, very cool, very cool. You gave one to Annie West. You gave a Falcon 50 to Annie West. Did I miss something there? No. I don't know. A sticker. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things here, and I'm not doing either one of them very well. But as you can hear, we do have number 2 going, which is a good thing. We're going to come down here. Let's go mixture, prop, and a little throttle. Got to come back up here. Don't need that, but I do need this. Harder to hear now. So I just kind of have to wait a little bit. This is the fussy DC-3. It is. Primer, 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 primer. Come on, baby. I don't want to over prime it. Come on, baby. There she goes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, there we go. Gorgeous, gorgeous plane. No question about it. Really modeled super well. Exterior, interior. Has a few issues. But, you know, overall flyable. And, yeah, just kind of fun. You don't hear much of the sim sounds. Alright, let's see. What about... Let me turn that up right there. It is pretty quiet. Let me see what I have here for sounds. I got that turned up to 83. Engines, let's nudge you guys up a little bit, because that's really the... Is that any better? It's so hard to tell. Thank you for letting me know on that, by the way. Yeah, because this is definitely a plane that's it's worth the listen. All right, what do we have here? Sounds good. All right, thank you, TFB. So altimeter is 3039er. One of the little quirks is that the click spot to get rid of the yoke isn't working. So again, not a huge deal, but it's like there's some instruments here that are, you know, semi-important to read. So, but you just have to kind of work around it, guys. And I think as long as I'm pretty happy as long as I can see my my airspeed, my climb rate. I can see if I'm, you know, my horizon and my altitude, you know, all that stuff. That's kind of the main thing. Then I've got my compass over here as well. So, you know, for the most part, we're good to go. It just adds to the ambiance, right? So this side is kind of funny because this side's click spot works perfect. This side, you're supposed to be able to click in on this. I mean, it looks like you should be able to, but it doesn't go away. So anyway, that's one of the little things. The other thing is, not that we use it at all, but the Sperry doesn't work. It's supposed to click to turn on and off, and it does not. So It's interesting, but again, we don't really use it, so I'm not all that worried about it. All right, inverter, cockpit lights on. Don't need any de-icer just yet. I'll turn the Le Pitot on in a little bit. We'll get the windshield heat going up. Discord pick. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Let me go see what you posted there. Ah, look at that little beauty. Yes. I do miss it. I do miss it. We just had one come into our little regional airport actually this week, and I thought to myself, that's awesome. It's so loud. It is so incredibly loud. It's not even funny. Uh-oh. Okay, little sim stutter. What else do I have to report here? We've got winds are 250 at 18, gusting 24. So, yeah, man, that thing, and it just goes fast and high, and like it is a total handful if I remember right. It lands kind of like a brick, and yeah, just crazy. Oh, you've been back in FSC, yeah. Across that, back and forth across Arkansas. All right, we're going to come over here. I think we're going to go ahead and just come to 28. Yeah, so we'll go Charlie Bravo 28, and we'll depart. And we'll just make our way, excuse me, toward Lake Erie and down the shoreline here. Should be fun. And again, just double checking that I don't have any ATC. No, I don't. I could put on some background ATC for you guys if just because I love you and I know how much, or you know how much I like the background chatter. How about we look? Let's do Chicago. No, can't do Chicago because they just went off. How about Toronto Center 25? We'll listen to some Canadians. A 25775. Love my Canadian air traffic. Love flying up there. Just had a lot of fun flying into Halifax, actually. We'll see if those guys are on or not. All right. Okay, I have the tail wheel. It's the green one, right?
Good evening, Sir Jordanian 272, leveling off 230.
Roll Air Jordanian, Toronto Center, 272, Toronto Center, good day. Continue
Yeah,
the
that's
climb.
going to be loud. That's the only problem with that.
Continue now, climbing 330.
Turn that guy down. Alright, I want the tail wheel.
This is Flare 3470.
I can't remember if forward is off. I can't remember.
600.
Just zoomed in here.
23,000.
Flare 3470.
Let's cheat. Looks like that is on, or that is free castering, and I don't know. All right, well we'll just mess with it. I need a little bit of a left-hand turnout, and we'll be ready to rock and roll here. Well, that guy has a little one in the background wanting to be the co-pilot. How many legs tonight? Gonna do 2 at least, and then see how I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling good, I'm gonna maybe turn around and head back, or I might do something else. I might show you guys something else that I've been messing with. All right. Oh, there we go. So that is tail wheel. I do have tail wheel steering, so I'm not doing free caster. I'm kind of cheating a little bit. All right. You know what I need to do? Hold on for a second here, guys. I'm not going to be able. I don't think I can monitor.
Enforce 1428. Unfortunately, Cleveland Center's offline. Cleveland service terminate.
We're going to do this, but I've got to come over here because I got to be talking to people on the ground here. Over to the dark side. That's going to become my next junior first officer cyberbully. That's almost as bad as in the box.
3478, yeah, that's okay. And
Alright, can I monitor?
Box.
I don't know if I can monitor. I'm not sure I can, you guys. So, alright, well, we may not have any ATC. That's okay. You'll have to put up with me. Rochester ground. DC-3 11816 for taxiing runway 28. Rochester. Alright, here we go. You can set me up with the Falcon 50 pretty fast. Interesting. I don't even have it installed anymore. Anywhere. I uninstalled it, or I didn't reinstall it when I did my reinstall for X-Plane 11. I don't believe. So I would have to go all the way back and do a full reinstall, which would also mean, starting up X-Plane, which is a little bit of a process. So if I do something different, I'm going to stay in this sim and show you guys what I've been horsing around with a little bit. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. Anybody coming that way? I hope not. But yeah, I'm thinking this will probably be about an hour and a half or so. These two legs, maybe 2 hours after you park and you kind of get reset and all that good stuff. But we'll just see if I've got some legs left here. We'll mess around. All right, set the flaps for takeoff. Trim I think looks good. Yeah. Oh maybe. Oh, do I not have my trim? What the? Oh, wait a second. Well, there we go. Trim is nose back just a little bit. All right, gonna grab a little dinner. Sounds good. You've moved all your installed 11 to an external drive, so copy back was easy. Oh, sweet. I could check, but like I said, I'm not positive. One thing I need to do though, I need to make sure that everything is lined up. I'm heading about 110 right now, and not thing one I can do about that, but that one right there, that looks pretty good, honestly. Yeah, pretty darn close. I want to depart. We're going to be basically runway heading here and straight out until we hit the coastline. Then we're going to turn. We're going to make a left-hand turn down the coast. Hey, Eric, how's it going? I approve of this aircraft. Haha, very nice, very nice. All right, well, let's see if we're talking to anybody here. Rochester traffic. Douglas 11816 is departing runway 28. Will be straight out VFR. Rochester. All right, I think we are good there. Lights are on. We'll turn the pitot on. I don't need any other anti-ice. All the rest of the stuff is good. I do think we do booster pumps for takeoff. Oh, and we got to go trail. We got to go trail. On the cows. Okay. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Hope you guys have had a good Thursday. Actually came home sick this afternoon from work. I could hardly talk. My throat was killing me. I've been fighting this junk, as you guys probably know, for a while, since almost Thanksgiving time, a little after Thanksgiving. So I finally got in to see a doctor this afternoon, so I took a little time this afternoon to go see the doctor. Took myself a 2-hour nap. I feel like a new man, although my energy level is still a little on the low side. So that's the X factor here today, you guys. Let's see what this is like. Very gusty conditions, so let's see how this rolls. No run up, because I'm confident the mechanics have done their job. Famous last words. There's the tail, or the crosswind grabbing me a little bit. 70 knots, and she wants to fly. I think we are flying. Oh man, this thing just it's just so light to the touch. I don't know how close it is, obviously, to the real world, but it flies differently than the AeroWorks. It flies differently than the B-Skylabs. Alright, no, we're not even close to holding the center line here. Holy moly. I've got gear, so I'm not going to be back on the runway anytime soon. And we're going to go ahead and bring the flaps up as well. let's pull the throttle back here. About 36 and 26 on the climb. I'm a little asymmetrical manifold pressure down there. I don't know if that's just my throttle quadrant or what, but we got Roland Sparker. Hello, my friend. I'm on vacation. Yes, I am on vacation starting next Thursday. So a week from today, you just started. I hope you have. I don't condone or try to promote. Hold on, I'm about to stall here. Hang on. Yeah, there's the stall. Dang it. No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Doggone it. I have got to pay closer attention. That was bad. It'll buff right out. Shoot. Hang on for one quick second here. That was not what we wanted. I think I have to go all the way back, don't I? Yeah, I do. Shoot. Anyway, what I was about to say there, Eric, is I hope you have a nice big glass of wine or a large slice of pizza or a big bowl of ice cream or whatever you like to treat yourself with, because that is that's the best feeling in the world is when you are just getting ready to go. Okay, we're gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna depart from the runway. You guys can't take me anywhere. Big bottle of Christmas stout. Oh, heck yeah. Textbook example of a stall spin. Pulling back. Yeah, and I was initially trying to push forward, but once I started going over, then I'm like, yeah, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. And yeah, I just didn't react soon enough. And I didn't give it full power, which I don't know why I didn't do that, but all right, we'll do it again. Forget that. Timeout. First 25 minutes. See if she starts back up for me. Okay, she does. I got to adjust my time here. I have live weather, but we're going to go like about 2 o'clock here. There we go. All right. All right, let me just double check everything. Pitot comes on. All this is fine. Booster pumps are on. Do I have any flaps set? I don't. I'll set a notch of flaps. All right, it's just like nothing even happened. Just like nothing even happened. Park and brake coming off. Then let's go flying. That is the one thing about this plane, and not the aeroplane heaven version, but this plane in general, is it just early on it generates so much lift with those big old wings that if you're not careful, you can really pitch up and then lose speed. And you only climb out at 90 anyway. There's 70, and we're flying. Again, no stick, although I am now because we're sort of doing a little ground effect, but there she goes. It's because I didn't give you guys the outside view. That's what happened. All right, let's pay closer attention. Gears up. We're going to come back to continuous climb power here. 36 and 26. Get it trimmed. Flaps coming up. Let's monitor the airspeed a little better. Continuous climb, I believe, is about 110, if I remember. I just let that get way too slow. This, nothing more than 1,000 feet per minute on this bird, or you saw what'll happen. You saw what'll happen. Prop overspeeding, how is that possible? I don't know. Alright, so out we go again. We're looking for the coastline here. Did it reconnect? Need to reconnect here. The perfect crime. Rochester traffic. Douglas 816 is departing the field westbound, and we're climbing through 1,200 Rochester. And we're freezing. Holy moly! Wow. Freezy, freezy, freezy. What am I at trail on now? Okay, so you can close those now. Once you get going, you can close them. But and then they're on the mains. I guess that'll work. All right, airspeed's much better. We're climbing at about 500 to 1,000, which is good. And again, just trying to hold the westbound heading here. We should have a lake. And it's probably good 40 miles or so. Yeah. Downwind sim, I did crash. I did indeed. I stalled, went left, and I found a parking spot in the grass by the fence. Well, I'm dead, so I can't be killing anybody. Were you also in the plane? I don't have his normal seat, do I? I don't think I do. I better not get cocky. Yep, see, there I am pitching up. Look at my airspeed. Look at how fast that comes down. And that's just at 1,500 feet a minute. Yeah, this thing. As you can hear it getting shaky, getting stuttery. It doesn't have a stick shaker. It has an entire plane shaker. But it gets too slow. Look at the bungee cords. That's a sign. Food saved you, yes. Eat with an excellent conscience. That's right. That's right. Mrs. Downwind Sim. She came through for you in the clutch without even knowing it. Alright, how are we doing out here? Let's take a look. So Rochester, New York area into kind of northern northern Ohio into the Erie. I'm sorry, I guess it's Pennsylvania, right? Erie, is it Erie, Pennsylvania? No, Erie, Ohio. Erie is Ohio. I don't spend much time up in this neck of the woods, but certainly a beautiful old school livery. Love the bare metal. Love the yellow. Simple. Alright, we're doing good here. Losing a little manifold pressure, so I'm going to nudge those throttles forward ever so slightly. Again, trying to keep my climb here no more than 1,000. And we're hoping for 5,500. Just past 3,500 right now. New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio. Sparker, thank you. Thank you. I keep forgetting like where Pennsylvania. I always feel like Pennsylvania should be more on the coast, but it's more of a Great Lakes state, right? I'll go over your house if I'm going to Ohio. Very nice. Yeah, we're going to end up. Gosh dang it, it's slow again. I'm going to end up in Cleveland by the time it's all said and done. There's Parker. Asymmetrical manifold pressure here. Must have been that 9G landing I just did. It shook something loose. There's probably an oil coolant seal that's loose or something. Losing a little manifold pressure. Through 4,000, and again eastbound, or sorry, yeah, no, westbound. Westbound with the big W. I'm kind of turning a little bit. That's okay. Turning a little southwest. Ultimately that's what I'm going to be doing. And there's my shoreline anyway. All right, very cool. So the tricky part here is going to be trying to. Oh no, actually I'm going a little. Where am I going? A little northwest. I don't want that. I want to go down here. Iowa Scotsman. Yeah, I should have a little map of the location of the people in the community. Oh. That actually would be. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Although some people don't like giving away their location. Fluffy little kitten, hi. Welcome, first time chatter. And all I can say, Fluffy little kitten, is I hope you weren't around about 5 minutes ago, because I demonstrated the absolute wrong way to depart with this airplane. But welcome. Trying to find Erie is going to be the challenge here. Mainly because, well then, good, Fluffy little kitten. In that case, it was a textbook departure of this beautiful vintage warbird. Nobody say nothing. We're up to almost a cruise. I can go ahead and turn these guys off. I'm going to leave the pitot heat. I'm going to leave the landing lights and position lights all on. We've got about another 500 to climb. Yeah, so I'm going to have to figure out, like, so we'll obviously pass south of Buffalo. And we have Dunkirk. That should be the first airport we see, although there's these little smaller ones here as well, but you would think this wouldn't be too hard to find. It looks like there's like a little outcropping here. This must be some sort of harbor or of some sort. That's what I'm going to be looking for, but it's a 50-50 chance as to whether or not I'm going to be able to find it. Again, it would seem simple, but I do have a tendency to try to make things a little bit tougher. The departure was fine. The return landing was iffy. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That is a good way to put it. All right, I do need to turn just a little bit more to the south here. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to be way farther off course than I need to. You'll find it easy. You flew from Dunkirk to Erie this morning. Oh, very nice, Bill. Great to have you on board, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to try to get up here, tune it to 5,500. I knew it, yeah, Sparker. All right, there we go. There's 5.5, trimmy trim. Whoa. And all right, 24 and 34 would be probably a pretty good power setting for me here. I've kind of overshot my altitude. Easy now, easy. All right, there we go, 240. And I do actually have a VOR here, 109.4, so I could tune that in. It doesn't do a lot. Unfortunately, 109.4. I think it shows up down here somewhere. I think that's our gauge that shows that, but again, you can't really see it, so you just sort of roll with it. If that's the case, then I need to make a little bit of a left-hand turn still, but I am going to wait till I get out over the coastline. I'm almost 6,000 feet, but I am slowly bleeding off altitude here, so I think I'm actually fairly close to being trimmed out. I'm just going to let it keep coming down. So this route, the Airmail Route 21 West, Airmail Route 21 is a route that was flown in the famous aviation book. You guys, I'm sure, have all heard of it. Fate is the Hunter, and so that's what we're trying to recreate here today. It departs Newark, it flies to Syracuse, and up to Rochester, then to Erie, then to Cleveland, and then turns around and goes back. And of course, they did this way back in the early days of aviation. So, like, we're talking the 40s and 50s, and they actually flew this particular route in DC-2s, which look an awful lot like a DC-3, but apparently are quite a bit harder to handle But according to the book, the pilots that flew the DC-2s absolutely loved them. They loved their durability. They could handle all kinds of weather. Yeah, so it's interesting. They had a lot of pilots that actually turned down sort of transfers and what would have been promotions to other bigger, more modern aircraft just because they loved the DC-2 that much. Of course, they didn't have 99% of what is even in this airplane. They didn't have any kind of BORs back then. I think it was all radio based, but it was like the homing signals and all that stuff. What's that called? The 4-channel navigation, and they did a lot of it also. My understanding is just simply by position reports, and then the air traffic controllers controlled the area a lot like oceanic controllers do now. They would request position reports, so you'd give the altitude, your airspeed, your direction, the time, obviously, and then they would kind of keep track of where everybody was at, and they would give you sort of an altitude to fly, and if you wanted to request a different altitude for weather or something like that, you would do that through them. And anyway, this was before a lot of the rules that are in place right now, eastbound odd altitudes, westbound evens, VFR, at the 500s. So very, very interesting reading, and I would recommend it if you haven't read it. Fate is the Hunter, and the author is actually the pilot that is flying all these adventures, and he flew several, and I'd like to be able to, if I'm happy with this airplane, I'd like to be able to do a few more routes outside of the U.S. because he flew all over the world and did a lot of different cargo / mail runs, but then he also did some passenger service. He did some just aircraft ferrying, and so there's lots of pretty amazing places that he flew. So so interesting to see how technology has changed. Yeah, and you're right. The accidents are a big part of that. Sparker's trying to learn the G1000. Yeah, I do like the G1000. It's just it's got a lot of button pushing. It's hard to do the G. I used to love the G1000 when I first got it, because it was such an upgrade to the 530 with all the spinning knobs. Like, you could punch in what you needed. But then when I was introduced to the GTN 750, I'm like, oh, where have you been all my life? That touchscreen stuff is amazing. So anyway, but yeah, Eric is talking about exactly, they say these operating systems and the way they do things, it's all written in blood, right? So they really mean it. Okay, so I think I am flying apparently perpendicularly to where I'm supposed to go, and so that's going to be interesting. Again, I'm just looking for the lake. I kind of feel like I see it out there, but it's so hazy. It's tough to see. Tech is a double-edged sword. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Downwind Sim posting the link. Yep, Ernest K. Gann. And he flew. Some of the most interesting things that I saw were his flights when he moved into, and I'm going to not get the right airplane, but he moved into a 4-engine airplane. I don't. It's not a Mitchell. I don't think it was a DC-4. It might have been a DC-4. It wasn't a DC-6. Anyway, when he moved into his 4-engine aircraft, man, he had some adventures. One of the best ones was trying to find a downed pilot who landed up in Newfoundland, had to make an emergency landing, landed on a frozen lake in the middle of winter up in Newfoundland, and they basically sent the whole fleet out to look for him. It took them several days, to locate him, and everybody survived, minor injuries. They were able to stay warm and stay alive, and anyway, they found him, and then they started airdropping stuff to him, and eventually they were able to get to him by land and rescue everybody. But that was an amazing story because there were absolutely zero towers or anything. That was completely uncharted. Like, there were no maps, there was nothing up there. And so they literally, as they were flying, their navigator was sketching maps, and they were naming lakes, and they were, hillsides and ravines and all. Like, they were doing all that on the fly, but they weren't able to pinpoint exactly where they were at on the map. That didn't exist until they started drawing it. But what eventually led them to be able to find where they were is they actually decided, and I think this was Ernest Gann's idea. They decided, instead of looking in the daylight, they were going to start at night, because one of the main ways that they navigated was celestially. And so as soon as they did that, they were able to plot exactly where they were. They knew how far from, I think they were taking off from Gander or somewhere like that. Anyway, they could plot exactly where they were, and then sure enough, finally somebody located them, and they were able to, based off of their celestial navigation, get a location, get a lat and long, and that was the breakthrough that led them to be able to go back, because they were far enough away from Gander that they only had limited amount of fuel and the whole works. But anyways, like I say, super interesting. The first chapter will grab you instantly, and then you'll just never want to put the book down. And again, this is coming from a guy that I'm not a reader. So anyway, Nyax, hey, good evening. You're flying Federal Express 787-200 Memphis to Portland. Hey man, have a great flight. Thanks for checking in. Happy Thursday. Fate is the Hunter is the nominally based best-selling on the 1961 memoir. Yep. Oh, and the movie is horrible. The movie is horrible. So I don't know if that's what you linked there, but the movie, Ernest Gann hated the movie and did not want his book or name to be associated in any way with the movie. The movie is it has almost nothing to do with any of his. It's just a whole different story that is based in that era, and but anyways, I don't know. But anyway, I tried to watch it. I got about 30 minutes into it. I'm like, nah. And then I started looking more at it. And when I saw what Ernest Gann's opinion of it was, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is not good. All right, let's see. I got to be coming up on the coastline. Okay, so I'm starting to get a little bit more. I had wandered and started going again back to the west, so I think this is the coastline here. Once we get there, we should be good to go. Typical book versus movie, yeah. Perfection. People being the people drawing the map. One is always exactly where the map says you are. Yeah, that's a good point. Can't argue that. The problem that they had, though, is, again, when they went out and it was a little bit of a snowstorm, and then they couldn't see the hills and the valleys and the lakes, and then they had no idea. Like we know we were northbound for 43 minutes at 203 knots. I mean, like, those navigators back then were phenomenal with what they were able to do. But yeah, it wasn't until they started leaving in the dark where they could track the stars that they were able to find those guys. And it was kind of funny because in the book, and I hate to give all of it away, but it's my favorite part of the book. So they named the lake, I think the pilot's name was Johnson, so they named it Lake Johnson. And of course, when they found him, they were all wanting, like, they were indicating, hey, come land on the lake. It's safe to land. We landed there. We're good. And the plane, they recovered the plane. Like everything was fine. They recovered the plane,
Hello, me.
and obviously all the passengers and everybody. Hey, yeah, we are. Conti, how are you? Welcome, my friend. We're just talking about the part of the book where he goes and finds his pilot friend that had emergency landed up in Newfoundland. But anyway, as they're flying around, of course, they're all waving them to come down and land because they want to get in the plane and go home, right? Well, none of them wanted to do it, and finally one guy decided, I'm going to give it a try. Well, it had snowed so much since the time that the emergency landing had happened and the time that the rescue has happened that he actually went down and he got his plane stuck also. So then there were two groups that they had to rescue ultimately. But anyway, growing out the soup strainer. Yes, buddy, I'm trying. My wife doesn't like it, so I did trim it back a little bit. But my wife doesn't like it. But here's the kicker: if my granddaughter doesn't like it, it's coming off that day. She'll be here soon. So when I saw her last, she was okay with it. So she was grabbing a hold of it and having fun. But if she says no, it's going to go. I leave it on just to annoy my wife. But anyway, by the way, Conti, I was going to tell you that really enjoyed your SR-71 video. Thanks for putting that out on YouTube. I shared that on my channel and on my Discord channel. So that was an incredible piece of aeronautical talent there, my friend. I am convinced there's nothing you can't fly. There's nothing you can't fly. But it makes me super excited for the Concorde in MSFS because as I was listening to you flying that, I'm hearing so many things that I hear you say when you're flying that Concorde that I can tell there's definitely a crossover between the two. So, but anyway, if you haven't seen it, guys, I posted the link on my propeller heads, and it is it's a full flight, and it's basically a tutorial, and it's basically just Conti live streaming and like executing that aircraft all the way up to 80,000 feet and Mach 3 and not catching anything on fire and only accidentally shutting down one engine, but that was right on short final. So it was a masterpiece, my dude. Father always told me that there's a bunch of good meals in an old beard. Spoken like a true Norseman. Indeed, Eric, indeed. Aeronautical making up as you go and hope for the best. No, I had been pretty vocally critical of that plane and that situation, but after interacting a little bit more with the developer and then watching what you did and doing some more research on my end, I don't know that I'm quite ready to tackle it yet because I still haven't been able to get it over 20,000 feet without dying. But there's a few more things that make sense now to me, and one of them, the big thing I have to decide is whether or not, like, you have to turn on that stupid, ugly FMC to kind of make things work. And I just, like that's right now what I just am trying hard to figure out if I really want to do or not. So anyway, watching you do it, I saw the look on your face, and I had the same look when I first saw it, but I can see how currently it's pretty integral to being able to operate the plane like you want. So but you hand flew it masterfully, and you managed the just everything. You just managed it really well. Somehow managed to chat with everybody. It's just a really enjoyable watch, you guys. About 2 hours, and it'll seem like 5 minutes. I promise you. So anyway, it's got some potential. I think the thing that you said though that really helped me more than anything is that the purpose of that add-on is it's designed to be basically an how'd you put it, an aeronautical platform. Like it's designed to test the aerodynamic principles of the SR-71. Like that's its main job right now. And then everything else is going to come later on. The user interface part's going to come later on. But yeah, it just took me a while even to get even to get it off the ground. So I'm going to continue to watch with interest and interact with the org forums and listen to those guys and try to just learn more. And I realize that I just don't know enough about the plane to even be grumpy about it. So your video went a long way there. So you can fly it on the needles, but it's a bit of a workload doing. Yeah, oh yeah, 1800 knots and spinning. Yeah, I loved your turn. I love how your turn took you basically through 4 states when you're turning back to Edwards Air Force Base. He was down flying Edwards, and so he went north, and I think he flew through like Washington, Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, and then kind of came back to Edwards. Maybe it wasn't that bad, but yeah, they are. And I noticed that they just put out, like yesterday, they put out another update. So that guy's a good dude. That developer's a good dude, and we've had a couple nice conversations. And I would like to keep supporting him because I have a couple of his aircraft right now that I really like too. So X-Plane needs, like, it didn't used to be this way, but like X-Plane needs to hang on to its talents, and so he's one I don't mind tossing a little money at. But anyway, holy moly, it's got to be, what the heck, 4 in the morning your time? What time is it? I've got Beaver 524 Echo Alpha. It's like 1 in the morning where he lives, and it's got to be breakfast time maybe there for you in Australia, in Brisbane. 2 a.m. Yes. Again, like I said last week, one thing I've learned about Norwegians is they don't sleep. They do not sleep. Oh, it's 11? Oh, jeez, my time's all messed up. My Aussie time is all messed up. Sparker says he always has, but VR is very important. So does he not? Is he not a VR guy, or is that part of his strength? Because I'm not a VR person, I don't know. But that's Eric's on vacation. That's right. I think he's mentioned that. I think he's rubbing that in, folks. I'm not sure. Hey, we finally reached Lake Erie. And yeah, I've almost forgotten about that first departure. So there may or may not, if you're just joining, first of all, welcome, happy Thursday. We're flying Rochester down to Erie as part of the Airmail 21 West route, featured in the book Fate is the Hunter. And if you're just joining, you missed a really bad and embarrassing departure where I stall spinned into the countryside on my first attempt. I'm going to blame the medicine. I just took some cold medicine. I'm going to blame the drugs. And my tea is cold. And yeah, so anyway, it was bad. It was bad. Oh, he has some. He's very VR friendly, has some of the best VR implementation. Well, good deal. Good deal. That's true. Well, Downwind Sim had me thinking about the Falcon 50 to begin with. And then you mentioned vacation. I started thinking about a big glass of wine or whatever you were enjoying, a big T-bone steak, big whatever. And then I lost track of a important little thing called airspeed, and well, the rest is history. You can go back and watch it if you want. Water ho, that's right. And Conti, I know one other question I was going to ask if you're still here. So one of the things that I am having trouble with is the click spot to get rid of. I can get rid of the first officer's yoke, but I can't figure out where to click to get rid of this yoke. I know I had talked to you a little bit about that early, last time you were flying this plane. Am I missing something, or have you had the same problem? Because I'd really like to be able to see some of these gauges down here. Don't remember off the top yet. Okay, no big deal. Try clicking the base down here. I don't see anything here. Let me change my camera view. And I don't have any click spots down here. See, it's like it wants you to click here, but it just doesn't. Didn't there used to be a keyboard command like Control Y or something? Shift Y, Control Alt Z. I think it was down on the panel, down at the bottom. Let's try something down here. Clicky, 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 clicky. Clicky, 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 clicky. Yeah, I'm not, nothing. Yeah, nothing. Interesting. Yeah, and all the help threads just say, oh, just click on the yoke. I'm like, well, maybe the red sticker on the bottom. Yeah. Down here. Yeah, it looks like you've got a click spot, but nothing, man, nothing. All right, no big deal. Like, it's not really killing me. Plus, it's a good excuse for me not being able to accurately fly to my location. So I don't want to totally get rid of it. No, that's okay, Conti. I saw you flying it the other day, and I thought maybe you knew. That's all right. Maybe I have to have the co-pilot yoke visible first. Oh, that's true. Uh-oh. Can I get that yoke back? Don't do that. I don't want to. Crap. Fiddle around with the carb heat here. Get back. There you go. How do I... Okay, so I clicked over here. That click spot's like on the side panel here. Alright, so let's try this now. Go away, go away. No, no, no. Nope. Nope. Nothing on my side panel here. Weird. Okay. Yeah, you know what? That's okay. I think a few things went a little wonky with the last system update, because the other thing I can't do is I can't click on the power here. Now I think you can turn the autopilot on down here, and if that's then, but still I don't have any click spots to turn anything, so it's like weird. Like the Sperry's not working like it should. So anyway, I don't think this guy, that's not my, that doesn't affect the heading. So yeah, I think there's just some weirdness that maybe Airplane Heaven will address here later on. But that's alright. So we'll just kind of keep peeking down here. I think as we turn now, yeah, so our needle will start pointing toward the Erie VOR. And the other thing that I don't know about in this configuration is, again, I don't think there's any kind of a DME anywhere. I don't believe so. So we are in fact slant uniform right now. Click the red high blower inoperative. Okay, high blower inoperative. High blower inoperative. Directly under the radio altimeter. So that's this, right? And I have a click spot. I'm clicking the heck out of it, but yeah, so that's just not, it's just a no-go. Any like weirdness here? Outside edge maybe? No. Yep, I don't know, that's it, I guess. So yeah, just found out. Well, thanks for checking on that, Eric. I appreciate it. Weather report in Erie, because I see this little arm sticking out, so I'm kind of wondering if this is where I'm at here. Weather report is 200 at 12, clear 3051. Man, it's some crazy high altimeters. 3051. Well, I'm way over 6,000 or 5,500. Let's. I'm gonna slow down a little bit here. I'm feeling like this is maybe our little harbor. Is there any other little harbor like that? No, there is one at Dunkirk, I guess, that looks sort of like that. Okay, this might be Dunkirk. Let me see what my VORs or my needle. Yeah, so I'm not quite there yet. Trying to figure out how far east I am. Yeah, I think I'm just currently passing over the Dunkirk area. I think this little harbor here, and I'm trying to figure out with my highway. This is the city. Yep, this is the Dunkirk airport here. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, we got a little ways to go yet.
This portion of the Melvin Leroy channel brought to you by Downwind Sim Binoculars. Never take off without them.
I love the Downwind Sim Binoculars. The best optics in all of flight sim. Without a doubt. .46 or so. Wait a second. Sparker's saying something else here, I think. You bought a pair of those as well, Eric? Very nice, very nice. Oh, Downwind Sim. I think Downwind Sim hooked people up with some stocking stuffers last year for Christmas. Generous guy. All right, I am at 6,500. I'm only 1,000 higher than I'm supposed to. This is feeling like a lot like the first chapter in Fate is the Hunter. I'm not going to give anything else away because that first chapter grabs you right by the beard and just says, "Come here, you're going to frickin' read me." It's amazing. Amazing. If I'd had more books like that growing up, I probably would have been a reader. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I had a lot of good books growing up. What killed my love of reading was academic reading. All of my graduate level courses, that pretty much killed my love of reading. You ordering the book now? All right, Eric. You won't be disappointed, buddy. Yep. Hey, Conti, what was the book you were talking about on your channel today? It was you'd got a hardbound copy of something. I was wanting to look that up because I hadn't heard about that. That's why you're a numbers concept guy. The reason I'm a numbers concept guy, here's the story on that. It's not because I'm good at math, because I actually was not. Oh, Sled Driver by Brian Schull. Okay, I'm gonna put that in another tab here real fast. All right, and you got a copy. Did I understand correctly? You actually got a copy that was like a signed copy from the author, or if you have the ability to share that story in chat and don't mind doing it. Like, I missed that part somehow. I thought, man, that's anyway, share away if you want. But you had said that was one of your more prized possessions. I'm like, oh, I need to hear this story. But anyway, the story of why I'm a math teacher is because
Whoop whoop, pull up, during the rain.
see what's going on. I originally went to school.
Fixie.
Fred, happy Thursday, dude. I originally went to school to be an engineer, and that didn't work. I learned quickly that no one was going to want to drive across the bridges I was going to design. So I transferred schools, and I had the credits I had the most of were math credits. And I was not a good math student, but I happened to have, because that's all you take, right? It's math and science. And I knew I didn't want to do science, so that's why I ended up as a math teacher, because I had the most math credits. Well, I knew I didn't want to do science, and I knew I didn't want to be an English teacher, because I didn't want to grade all those freaking papers. And so, yeah, that kind of limits you. I would have loved to have been a social studies history teacher, but at the time, like, there was a flood of those teachers, and so my advisor said, well, you know what, you ought to look into math, because that'll give you a better chance to get a job. So there you go. That's what it was. Oh, sled driver. So that is, or sled driver is about the SR-71. Describes the flying characteristics, the missions, the plane, flying the world's fastest jet. Sled driver. All right, very cool. I'm going to have to look into it. And I shot right through 5,500, didn't I? Sorry, I'm going to keep coming down, I think, to 3.5, just because it's really hazy around here. So maybe if I get down 3,500, I'll have a little bit better chance of locating the field. Needle's still pointing well to my left. But here we go. Here's another little peninsula here. I'm looking for that. This is what I'm looking for, guys. This big old bay right here. And I think there'll be a nice big city. And then I'm looking for a runway that's basically right down the shoreline. The winds are 210, so I'm going to be straight in basically for that. Fortunately, he passed away this year. Hard copy, very expensive, hard to come by. You're fortunate to know a personal friend of his family. Oh, very cool. He got a copy when he attended his funeral. Holy moly, that's holy moly. That's pretty cool. Look for Chautauqua Lake. There it is. I think that's it. Yep. So I think I'm between Dunkirk and Erie. That's pretty amazing, Conti. I could see why that's one of your prized possessions. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, here we go. Again, man, every town kind of has their own little harbor, don't they? I suppose if you had a community up here, you would want that, or no one would stop. Nice piece of history. Yeah, I love that kind of historical nonfiction. Is my favorite genre, and if it has anything to do with aviation, obviously it's like that's just the top of my list. I can't tell you how many aviation related books I've read. World War II, B-50, B-25 Mitchell. I mean, just like even just stuff you don't even know you're interested in until you start reading it, and then you're like, man, that's a heck of a story. Yeah, my grandpa was in the Navy, so that's always that kind of thing. He was a mechanic and worked on the Navy on different things, aircraft, and so anyway, that's always been interesting to me. I cannot get this bird trimmed out now, so I'm just going to keep it going down to 3.5, and we're going to have to like it. Erie has a very big harbor, won't miss it. Okay, very good. The test pilots from that time, yeah, no doubt. Chuck Yeager, all those, yeah, that's just what an era of aviation. I mean, those guys, holy cow, they earn their living. Neil Armstrong, yep. Yeah, all those early NASA pilots, right? That's where they came from, were the military or a test pilot, or sometimes both. There's that lake we're talking about. And I need a picture of that. Include the X-15. Yeah, he was. I still consider him to be the first person into space, because he did. I mean, he flew it up to the lower edges of the atmosphere. Yeah, that whole, again, just that entire era is something amazing. We're back. How we doing? 3,900. We're just about where we need to be. Keeping it here. I think Alan Shepard, I think Buzz Aldrin, I think all those guys, like they flew fighter jets, and then they came home and they tested out every new aircraft they could, and were part of NASA. Gagarin, yeah. Well, technically he was the first, but didn't? Yeah, maybe I have my dates wrong. I thought Yeager flew the X1 or whatever into space first. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just first American into space. I could have my dates wrong. Don't quote me on that. Yeager was first above Mach 1. Yeah. What's crazy is that SR-71, you know, how much bigger that aircraft is, and it's 3 times faster, you know, than that series of X aircraft. It's interesting. That's why I'm a math teacher. Yep. Gagarin was the first in space. It can be argued that he didn't pilot the craft. The Mercury astronauts actually flew their spacecraft. Yeah. So, I'm just saying, I think Yeager flew. I don't remember which version of the X it was, but he flew to the lower limits of the atmosphere before the Mercury and Gemini guys went there. So I guess that's kind of what I've always thought. But I don't know how that compares to Yuri Gagarin or whatever. Like, I don't know about that. So, but I'll look it up. I'll have my research team get on that, and then I'll have my facts straight for the next string. Not spamming a cam. Yeah, holy cow. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of difference really between him and the monkey or whatever. And the landing was a lot. Oh boy, the way they landed, Soviets versus the Americans. Boy, that was a different story. Oh, Conti, you'll get a kick out of this. Maybe you've heard this story already. Downwind Sim, fill in the blanks where I'm wrong on this. But one of the most interesting, we got to Downwind Sim and I got to visit the NASA Space Center down in Houston during FSE last year. And one of the guys that gave us the tour, his dad was in charge for years and years and years and years with all of the audio-visual stuff, recording everything, all the footage of the space launch and the moon footage. That was all this guy's dad or grandpa. Wes's dad. Anyway, the best story that he had, though, was the very first landing, the moon landing, when you see the steps, when you see Neil Armstrong stepping down onto the lunar surface, right? Like, it was a big deal. And so NASA, of course, wanted it. It was live TV, and they wanted it to be, they wanted it to be perfect, right? So there were two stations on the Earth, two satellite stations on the Earth. One was in the U.S. and one was in Australia. And you see the peninsula, Sparker, me too. Cool. Anyway, it was when they were about to step out, apparently the feed from the U.S., it was getting to the point where they were losing it because of the rotation of the Earth. And so he had this choice to make, because the government obviously wanted it, like they wanted the first U.S. person to be recorded with U.S. technology, U.S. satellite, blah, 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 blah. Well, they were losing it, and they were going to miss it. And so he made the choice, a historically ballsy decision, to switch to the feed from Australia, because it was a better angle and it was giving them a better feed. So anyway, the feed that you actually see, the famous footage, does not come from the American broadcast. It actually comes from the broadcast that was possible by the Australian satellite. And anyway, okay, so Conti, yeah, you've been there, but so the funny thing is, I guess that the government tried to keep it under wraps, because again, they wanted everybody to believe, it was all the USA, but every year apparently the Australian facility calls him on the date, the anniversary of the moonwalk, and congratulates him, and they have a chuckle about it. Anyway, it was a great story. What did I miss there? Down with him. That was, anyway, what an awesome story. But I thought, I bet Conti would get a kick out of that. But very few people know that was not actually the U.S. that was providing that feed. I got to stop talking and find this airport. So here's we got to be close. Erie traffic. Douglas 816 is about a mile or two to the northeast of the field. We're going to be straight in runway 28. Erie. Where the heck is it? Am I going to miss it? Where is it? I think I see it. Yeah, it's right on the far, so it's down here. Yeah, I see the blinking lights. It's right off of this arm. It inspired a film called The Dish. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Eric saying the feed from the steps was first upside down. Maybe that's why. That was the first hint that it didn't come from an American satellite. You've heard about The Dish? Yeah, the Space Above Us podcast literally today. Oh, no kidding. I'm going to have to check that out. All right, guys, we need to figure out, I got to get some numbers in here. We need about 110 to start throwing some flaps out. We were a little more than, I guess, a mile away, weren't we? Yeah, we're pretty close. Here, traffic, updated position report, Douglas 816. We're still about 4 miles to the northeast. We're inbound, straight in runway 26. Erie. Filmed a lot of it at the actual facility. Oh, I love that. I love that. I think another scene that I love is the scene in The Right Stuff, where and I don't know if it's supposed to represent the same facility or not, but where they're up doing their first laps around the Earth, and they kind of aren't talking to anybody, and then the first person that they make contact with is that station that's there in Australia. Of course, they play it up. They've got the Aborigine guy flickering flames up in the fire and doing their, giving their little blessing and all that stuff. But anyway, I do love that scene. I think it's a pretty cool scene. I like The Right Stuff. It's a good movie. Sparker got to ride in the B-25 from the front under the pilots on this approach. Oh, no kidding. Like down in the Like in the is it the, what do they call that? The nose turret area? I bet that was fun. Crap. That's awesome. All right, not very well lined up here, but we're gonna make our way down. We're gonna make our way down. All right, speed's a little quick, but not bad. Erie traffic, Douglas 816, 2 mile final runway 26. Erie. That was 26. I think it's 26. Probably said 28 earlier. Maybe it is 28. I don't know. 24. Yeah, 26, 28, 24. These guys, these Pennsylvania guys, they're smart enough. They know. Not hearing anybody on the ground anyway. Money well spent. Yeah, those. That's so the 25. That's the Mitchell, right? B-25 Mitchell. That was another plane that got kind of a bad reputation about flying characteristics, but the pilots that actually learned how to fly it and were trained on it absolutely loved it. That thing was almost like there was almost no way to bring it down. It was just, yeah. The book I read about it, I think they nicknamed the plane Flatbait. I think that's the name of the book. He talks about trying to convince the powers that be that they need to order more of it, and like all the quote unquote experts that were buying, writing the checks, they'd all been convinced that the plane was unstable and unsafe and all that, and so he basically had to go out and do a bunch of just non-standard maneuvers, like he did a takeoff with one engine, and then he did a takeoff with two engines, and he killed one of the engines right away on takeoff. He did a bunch of maneuvers like that just to demonstrate just how stable and airworthy it was. Back in the World War II days, that was when high-level carpet bombing was kind of the norm, and really they didn't like that. Those Mitchells were the first bombers that provided any kind of, not exactly strategic, precise bombing, but a little bit more mid-level, low-level stuff, and they had really good success. But they also, being low-level, they also obviously came under fire a lot more, and but they were fast. They were hard to catch. The fighters had a hard time catching them, and they were well armed, and so they could defend themselves too, and they could pack a punch. They could carry a lot of tonnage. So they were really ended up being a pretty important piece of the war effort for the Allies. Over 100 landings here. Oh, nice. Yeah, I can only imagine. Erie traffic, Douglas 816, short final 24, Erie. Yeah, we get a little crosswind here. I feel like I'm grabbing a little bit left, so this will be fun to watch me try to correct and get the left-hand wing down and all that stuff. I'm high, but otherwise not too bad. We got a long runway, so what the heck. I'm going to go flaps 1/2. My headphones are dying here. Hopefully they'll hang out for a little bit more. I think I need some new headphones for Christmas. They're just not holding their battery charge anymore. Ooh, boy, I'm really getting blown. Wow, I'm way off. Samsonite.
Swanson? Maybe it's on the briefcase. Look on the... Oh, yeah! It's right here. Samsonite. I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Yeah, did I bounce a little bit? Yeah, I did, darn it. A little bit of bouncy. A little bouncy. Easy. Easy, girl. Easy, girl. Hey. I might have the tail wheel lock on. not. I have no control. I have. Oh, I do. I do now. All right. Cool. We're gonna hang a right and taxi over here. We'll plan our next leg. Not quite as long of a leg, but we're gonna go down to Cleveland here. But I wanna buzz in here. I do have some updated scenery. It's not payware, but it's had some custom work done, so I thought it looked kind of cool. I don't think there's anything there. We'll go over here. And yeah, get down to the ramp area. Do our little turnaround here. Erie traffic, Douglas 816. It's clear at 24. Erie. Yeah. Kinseth, hello. How are you? The old D-wee tree. Yeah. It's a good thing we don't have replay in this. And no, I haven't downloaded the mod that allows me to record replays. Because I kind of knew with this bird it wouldn't work. Oh, you know what I forgot to do this whole time? I didn't put this in auto high. Dang it. I needed to come down a little bit. Yeah, shoot. So, and then I'm supposed to go auto lean for taxis. Yeah, shoot. All right, there we go. Auto lean. This stuff. Uh-oh. Boss lady might be home, you guys. Clean up the flaps. Heat can come off. The landing lights can come off. Yeah, my wife is home indeed. So I might have to take just a quick break out of the cockpit here. Go say hello to her. Oh, look at that windsock. Look at that windsock, yeah. But we will definitely be going down to Cleveland when I get back. But find a pretty place to park here. And I'll even leave the engines running. What the heck. Pepper in the cockpit. The Toga Dogs. That's right. I like that name. It's a good name. So, yeah, this has, like I say, just a little bit. I don't know how much of this, like, I'm not a scenery guy in MSFS, so I don't know if this is, like, just stock buildings and stuff, but seems like this guy had put a couple of, or gal, I guess it could have been, put a couple of custom things in this scenery. Where shall I park? Need to find a spot where I don't have to get pushed back. Yeah, I think there's like a little welcome to Erie or something sign over there. Yeah. Palm Ridge Field. So anyway, I just thought kind of cool, you know. Kind of cool. Alright, let's head over here. Not that there's anybody here, but just in case somebody wants to fly a 2B out of here and I don't want to park in the way, we'll kind of come over and get out of the road here by the hangars, and we'll be ready to shove off as soon as I get back. Always an unstable adventure with me and a tailwheel plane. Even this one here is, honestly, of all the DC-3s, this is the most forgiving and easy tailwheel plane to fly. And I still managed to, make a mess of it. But it's part of why you guys keep coming back, for the entertainment value. There's always that chance. It's like a NASCAR race. There's always a chance for a crash, and you guys, I think you'd like that. Glad I could keep providing you the entertainment there. Yeah, there's a little North Coast Air. Yeah, so there's some stuff over here. All right, we're just gonna flip it around, and yeah, I'm gonna take just a quick break. I'll be back. Oh, it's just a little tail wheel action. Oh yeah, free caster. Oh, like a boss. Yeah, let me get back in here. I don't want to kill it. I need at least 1,000 RPMs. And we'll set the brake. And that should be good. Alright, guys, we'll pay attention do some plane spotting, and I will be right back in just a minute. Holy moly, we have a raid. Just when I stepped away. 757 Spy and company. Welcome. Hi. How's it going? Let me get back into the old flight deck. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Good to see you. Let me see who I missed. Tim Dog. What's going on? If I don't feed the dogs, they won't bark when the PTU fires up. That's right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for coming in. And we had, let's see, Cavs 216, also first time chatter. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Hudley, Spy Raid, thank you. Another first time chatter. And then we also had SKM Connell. Welcome, you guys. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. My name is Brant. Welcome to the Melvin Leroy channel. This is a channel named after my grandfather, who was the one that got me first exposed to aviation, and I think he'd get a kick out of flight sim. I'll be honest with you. He'd be a little bit mad that I didn't pursue my pilot's license, but I think he'd get a kick out of this. So anyway, we just are flying a leg. We flew from Rochester, New York to Erie, Pennsylvania. We're recreating the Airmail 21 West route featured in the book Fate is the Hunter. And this is what we've done so far. Beautiful trip down the shore of Lake Erie. We've got one more little sector here into Cleveland, and that will probably wrap. Well, that's the rest of the Airmail West. And so anyway, that's kind of what we're doing. I need to check and see. Yep, haven't had any ATC yet, so I'm not expecting anything. But anyway, that's what we're doing, guys. So welcome in. Good to see you. Hope your Thursday has gone good. And we're going to do a little hot refueling here. Maybe no. We've got 37% left. We're great. We're in great shape. In fact, I need to switch to the aux tanks. Honestly, I think on the ground, there was a rule that I learned at one point in time. On the ground, like you were on the aux, and we're supposed to do departure and arrivals on the aux, taxi on the aux, and then flying on the mains, or maybe it's vice versa. But anyway, all right. So we're gonna head back out to runway 24 and depart. Let's see, because I have, unless it's a big crosswind, 210 at 9. Do we dare try a tailwind landing? Turd Ferguson, hey, how's it going? First time chatter. Info. What do you want to know? I don't have an info. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? If you want to know my credentials, I have none. I shouldn't be allowed to even operate a simulated airplane. Oh, we are on the ground in Erie, so it's Kilo Echo Romeo India, flying to Cleveland, and I am going to do I can do like a little short field takeoff here. I better go down and take the full length just to be safe, since I've already had an incident. Erie traffic. Douglas 816 is crossing 24 on Delta Erie. Well, actually, that wasn't 24. That was the crosswind runway. Yeah. Anyway, there's nobody here for me to badly report to. So. Yep, not Burke Lakefront, actual Cleveland International. And that was 20. Yep, sorry about that, Sparker. I need to learn my airport diagrams a little bit better. This is actually, I think, my first time I've ever landed here, so kind of a cool little airport. I need to spend more time. Every time I fly up here, I tell myself that I need to spend a little more time flying up here. Great Lakes area just is a really amazing, beautiful place. And is it really this? I mean, I know it's not this green right now, but is it really this? You guys don't have any snow up here right now? Really this dry? I would have thought you'd have some more snow by now. This is the aeroplane heaven with the Duckworks improvement mod. It's all gone now. All right. Well, there you go. So yeah, it's that freeware one, and it looks lovely. It flies nicely. It has a few things that don't work. My sense is they need to push an update out after the last system update, because there's a few things that aren't working right. But we're kind of giving it a test right now. I'm going to test the off-road capability of it right now, just on that left main, just to make sure. And that pass check. We'll just make a note of that. That worked great. But this is a part of the new extension. Very nice. You live across the lake in southern Ontario. Oh, hey, heck yeah. Nice to have you guys along. Erie traffic. Douglas 816 is departing runway 24. We'll be VFR straight out to the southwest. Erie traffic. Gotcha flaps. final is clear. Runway is clear. We're ready. We are ready. So if you weren't here for the first round, yes, I did crash on takeoff. I haven't done that in a long time, so it's really humbling, and it makes me understand that I've got to basically ignore Downwind Sim and Beaver 524 Echo Alpha because they are the ones that they made me crash. Super crosswind here. Expect this girl to dance around a little bit. Yeah, she's trying. She's trying. And we're flying. Beautiful. Positive brake is indicating gear coming up. A little bit of a rodeo here. Whoa. Oh my, there we go. Climb about 5 to 7 if I could. Let's go continual climb power now. Let's go 26 and 36. Excuse me, 26 and 39. Still getting a little bit of a split in the RPMs. Alright. Flaps coming up. Slow. Just get the nose down a bit, gain some airspeed. And looking for a continuous climb at about 110. Got to have the mechanic take a look at that number 2. See why I'm not getting the RPMs, but it's alright. There we go. So down the pike we go here. 90 miles basically, so it should be just under an hour. And again, if I just stay along the lakeshore, I should be good to go. Obviously, Cleveland is very much a controlled airspace, so we'll be making our radio calls. We don't have ATC. We're squawking Chuck and VFR. We're 20. We're not talking to anybody because I don't have the right freaking frequency. How did that get changed? 2280. I don't think I've been talking to anybody all day long. So if you're on the ground at Erie, and I just...
Erie traffic radio check.
I've got you now, 555. What server? I'm just on VATSIM. Oh my lord. I apologize. If you're on VATSIM, if you're at Erie, and I just taxied right out in front of you, I completely apologize. I'm having myself a heck of a flight here.
Yeah, you did.
Oops, sorry about that. My goodness gracious. There again, that's why I should not be allowed to operate an aircraft, even in a simulated environment. I'm a hazard. Alright, I am updating also my flight route here. We are KRI to Cleveland. I don't have an alternate. If I have to come back somewhere, I'll probably just come back to... Well, I can't come back to Erie because I'm not welcome there anymore. We departed at about 0150. This is exactly how the pros do it, by the way. They get flying, then they file the flight plan. And, yeah, we pick up a little pop-up IFR, right? No, geez Louise. All right, that's filed. Oh, I do have, hey, hold on. I do have Cleveland ground. Oh, heck yeah. All right, very good, very good. Let's level 3,500, 3.5. Be good for us here. I'm still on my rocker. Yeah, Downwind Sim doesn't count. Oh, me and Downwind Sim have been taxiing out in front of each other for years now. Since before you guys were even around.
I heard that.
Alright, so SKM Connell, this is your favorite vintage? Yeah, it's a good one. It is a real beauty. It's hard not to love it. Even when it's got its even when it has its warts, it's still fun to fly. I like this one. I like the AeroWorks one over in X-Plane. I have the B-Sky Labs one also in X-Plane, but I really struggle with the ground handling, so I don't fly it very often. But this one here has been a really nice addition. You know, with the Duckworks mod, the default one is just, it just has too many issues. But this one here is nice. The other thing, by the way, so I've got three main things that I have found problems with. One is just getting rid of the yoke, which is whatever, no big deal. Two is the Sperry not working correctly, and then three is the engine startup animation. Hawker 125 coming in. What's going on?
Traffic. Mitchell Lake Hotel Sierra departing runway 24.
Oh, speaking of B-25, I forgot that Downwind Sim had that Mitchell in X-Plane. That's awesome. He'll be quite a bit faster than me. But anyway, good to see you, Hawker. Welcome. Happy Thursday, buddy. Skull. We're having some fun. We're watching Uncle Melvin do all kinds of incorrect procedures. I've even wrecked once. Bent airframe. Count is currently 1. Yes, that's right. You heard right. Good to see you. Digi, hey, how's it going, my friend? How's it going?
Fly with Mike.
Ah, Mike. How's it going? Mike, thank you for coming in. Great to see you. Welcome, everybody. On our way from Erie down to Cleveland. Flying along the shores of Lake Erie in the beautiful Goonie Bird. You didn't have your VNAV set up in your citation, and that became interesting. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I think this livery is called Old Dusty or something like that, so looks pretty good with the 11816 on the tail, though. That's all I got to say.
What's your altitude there, 816?
We're going to be cruising at 3,500.
Roger.
So we're going to look to see if we can see that Mitchell behind us here again. Obviously, the B-25 is a smidgen faster than the DC-3. We're actually losing a little bit of altitude here, aren't we? All right, so let's do this. Let's trim up. I also need to set cruise power. Let's go to auto lean. Trim. Conti, were you using the trim in that SR-71 a whole bunch, or were you just pretty much controlling it with the yoke? Come back to 36 and 26 for the cruise. Yep, trim, good. I on the short flights I've made, I actually found the plane was quite stable. My biggest issue was engine management, and again, I've made three flights, and I've caught the engine on fire all 3 times. So where's that emote? I have an emote for that, don't I? Where's my emote? Where's my fire starter emote? Oh, maybe I took it off. Rats. Anyway. So yeah, I either put too much afterburner in at the wrong time or not enough, or yeah, engine management is a thing. So it's gone. Dang it! Yeah, shoot. I had it there. I think I moved it out for something else. I don't remember. When you have so many high quality emotes, it's hard to keep track. It really is. My dev team, my emote dev team is hard at work trying to create the best graphics that are possible in Google Drawing. We are stretching the limits of what Google Drawing is capable of, my friends. We're on the cutting edge of the of the Google D, as they call it in the dev world. Something like that. Conti will be right back. All right, see you in a minute. Yeah, right there. Right there. Mike Stein. He knows what's up. Green on green. See, like nobody thinks of that. Who does green on green? Right? Cutting edge. I remember I was so happy when I learned how to do a animated emoji. I'm like, oh yeah, this is so cool. I'm going to do so many of these. And I think I did 2. That was it. I did that one and the lurk one. I think those are my 2 animated ones. The best one I have is the Flaming Dragon, but that was done by Gemma Studios. So, pushing the emote envelope. Yeah, we talk about test pilots and how they're on the edge. You know, nobody talks about emote developers. How we're always hanging our, livelihoods out there. We're the unsung heroes. All right, I need to do a little wind check into Cleveland. Probably going to be similar. Oh, not quite as bad. 210 at 6, and clear conditions 3054. I'll go ahead and just update that right now. And again, we've got ground. Maybe that's an indication that we're going to have some more folks coming around. Nah, nothing yet. No tower, no approach, no center. And I honestly don't even know where the heck we'd go when we get to Cleveland. Anybody know? Where would they park a vintage Warbird at Cleveland, at Hopkins? We probably just want to go down to one of the GA ramps, right? Anybody know? Anybody have an idea? Sparker, where would we be going? There's a GA ramp up here. There's looks like a cargo area. There's just a pad, west side cargo ramp, little GA area here. I'm probably gonna let's maybe plan on like exiting at Lima 4 to Foxtrot over to the GA area. That probably makes as much sense as anything.
Thanks for subscribing.
Whoa, Sparky! Thank you so much for the inscription. 12 months. Airmail, yeah. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. You've got this aircraft downloaded as well. Nice. Yeah, we're doing the recreation of the Airmail West Route 21. Sorry, Airmail Route 21 westbound course from Fate is the Hunter. Flying into Cleveland here. We just departed Erie and realized that we were not on the right Unicom frequency. So we've been talking to people all day long on the wrong frequency. So got that going for us. And we departed from Rochester, and I went into a stall and crashed. So far I'm 0 for 2 on my departures. A little bit of wounded pride, a little bit of ego, a little bit of bruised ego. I have a Cleveland VOR, I think here, right? The Dreyer VOR, yeah, 1360. 1360. Let's tune that in. It's fairly trimmed out. 1360. Whoops. Where's my? There we go. 1360. So that should, again, kind of give me a rough idea. Yeah. I actually have 2 things tuned right now. Okay, interesting. Yeah, somehow I could have swore I was on 2280 because we were going to listen to Toronto Center, and then I realized I couldn't listen to Toronto Center and communicate on Unicom, so I thought I switched it over to Unicom. I have to watch back and see what happened. But anyway, at the end of the day, we weren't talking on FatSim Unicom, so that was bad. Tim Dog, you've been to Cleveland a couple times. Your local airport used to have United Express flight operations by Silver Airway in the Beach 1900. Then the CRJ, it took a CRJ to Chicago. The freeware, okay, so the freeware, which one? Which freeware are you talking about? Is there a freeware Beach 1900 or a freeware CRJ? I've got the CRJ from Aerosoft. Tim Dog, it sounds like where I live. We are a United hub down to Denver, and we used to also use the Beach 1900s. It was Great Lakes Aviation. Oh, Cleveland Freeware. Yeah, that's what I have downloaded is the Cleveland Freeware. I thought someone snuck in a Freeware Beach 1900. I'm like, oh, yes, please. I like that little 1900. Brings back fond memories. It was a little tiny plane, but the sounds were awesome. And excuse me, for me it was one of the easiest planes to fall asleep on because the side of the fuselage just fit perfectly on I could just lean right over, crash out. It was perfect. It was one seat on each side, so you didn't feel too crammed in. And I don't know. I always liked it. A lot of people didn't like it, but I always liked it. It always smelled like it was leaking oil. But man, did it sound awesome. something about those turboprops. I just love them. Now you have Contour Airlines that fly the CRJ. Yeah, it was loud. It was loud. I still remember one of my favorite stories about the Beach 1900 is we were on the ground and it was winter time and it was snowing. It was bad weather, and so we got our de-icing little shower there, little rinse, and got out onto the runway, and it was getting even worse. And so the co-pilot came back, and they have a little procedure, and I'm not sure of the exact details of it, but they have a procedure where they run the engines, like they blast them for like 30 seconds, and I don't know if it's to just make sure the engines are operational, if there's been some carb icing, or I don't know what exactly that is, but like that's the procedure. They told us, hey, don't be alarmed, but we have to, part of our bad weather departure procedure, we have to run the engines at full blast for 30 seconds. Anyway, so they do that, and then we don't go anywhere. And then next thing you know, the co-pilot comes out. He's got a flashlight. He goes over to the window, turns the flashlight on, and looks up and down one wing, goes over, looks up and down the other wing, heads back up. We take off. I'm like, I guess that's also part of their protocol. That's how they decide if there's no ice on the wings. I don't know, but I'm like, okay, we're definitely in a rural community, and we don't do things like you do from the big city. It was just, I'm looking at the guy across the aisle, and we're both thinking the same thing. Is this safe? Are we okay? But oh man, it was good. We made it. It was fine. But yeah. Sometimes it's not good to know things about aviation when you travel by plane. Lurk away, Conti. I just appreciate you being here, man. I know it's lunchtime on a Friday. You probably have a lot of other things that you could be doing, so appreciate you being here, man. And lurk on, my friend. I've got some big stacks coming up. Is there like a nuclear power plant or something up here? Should show maybe these guys right here, huh? Oh, there's a lot of these little towers and stuff. I don't know what those are. Anybody from the area tell me what this is? Best part of the beach, 1900. Oh, it's the Perry nuclear power plants. Thank you, Bill. Best part about the beach is no cockpit door. Yeah, just a curtain. Now, why shut it? Yeah, so you could. Yeah, that was fun, and the I don't know about yours, but like our plane was deceptively simple. Like I think it had like a little 530 or something. That was about it. So, and one of the guys I talked to said that the one that they flew regularly didn't have an autopilot. They just got to hand fly it for, it was like an hour flight from where I live down to Denver. I'm like, oh man, how fun. How fun. The Great Oz has spoken. Pay no attention to the pilot behind the curtain. The Great Oz has spoken. You live about 3 hours south of Cleveland, Tim Dog. Ah, cool, man. Yeah, what a neat area. I've been to Ohio once. I got to come to a coaching clinic, and they held, the clinic was in, I think the clinic was in Akron, but got to go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame one day. Got to go have a dinner at Kent State and listen to Pete Rozelle was the commissioner at the time. Got to listen to Pete Rozelle talk. Anyway, it was really a cool experience. Didn't get to do a lot of sightseeing. We didn't make it up. We were thinking about going to Cleveland. We didn't make it up quite that far, but it was that night we got to go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That was pretty cool. They basically, it was a closed event for it was High School Football Coaches Association all over the world, and they opened up the Hall of Fame from like 11 at night to like 2 in the morning. It just gave us free reign. It was really amazing. Really awesome. You've lived here but haven't been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Yeah, it's one of those things. If you're a football fan, right, it's worth it. I hear flying directly over these is exactly what the real pilots do. So it's safe that way. Looks pretty cool though. But yeah, totally worth it. I mean, so much history, and that's been now 20 years ago. So it's, I'm sure, even better. It's crazy how small it looks from the outside, and then you get in it, it's just keeps going forever. I remember we have you knew some of the electricians that helped build Perry. Oh wow, cool. Fixed these 2 hours south. Totally forgot about the Perry plant. You're more familiar with the Davis-Bessie plant. Yeah, I do have the We Love VFR. It's a very good add-on. Very good add-on. All right, I need to start paying attention here, guys, because I think this looks to me like we're getting close. Do I have any ATC to visit with yet? No, and I haven't had to contact me, and Cleveland ground is on 21.7. So let me get ready to set that here. Probably good that this will be my last sector, because I'm starting to feel it a little bit, you guys. Glad I was able to fly. I tell you what, at about noon my time today, I was like, no, it's not happening. But got some meds on board, got me a little nap, and like I say, I feel like a new man. I'm gonna guess we're about 20 miles, maybe even closer than that. I think we're hitting.
We have position there, report 816.
Yeah, 816. Looks like we're passing just over the Perry nuclear power plant. So I'm estimating about 30 miles from Cleveland. Should be a couple airports coming up. Yeah, Burke Lakefront's coming up here. So I'm trying to hang out kind of out here on the shoreline. I really like that airport there. It's there's a freeware one that's sort of partially built. I don't know if it's Vertical Sim that was working on it, but X-Plane has like a freeware version of it. Oh, Joel. Hi, guys. Flights with Joel, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Great to see you. KLNN is first. All right. Is that Lakeland? I'm trying to look at my sectional and fly the plane and not fly into the water. Joel, how are you, man? Happy Thursday. I saw you were doing like F-16 Tomcat or something, weren't you tonight? I was trying to remember. I feel like you had some sort of a military warbird flight or something planned. Maybe that's not tonight. F-14. Ah, very cool. Very cool. Very nice. Well, appreciate you coming in. I hope you've had a good Thursday. We're just about to Cleveland. We've been doing a little airmail route. It's the airmail route number 21 westbound from the book Fadius the Hunter. And we did the legs from Rochester to Erie, and now we're just about to Cleveland. And we've got a B-25 Mitchell on our 6 providing with air support. So, yeah, we're ready. We're ready for anything. Lake County, okay, Lake County. Not your usual flight. You know what? That's one thing I like about your channel, though, Joel, is you do a little everything. Do some, obviously, where I got the first, my first encounter with you was when you were doing your helicopter stuff, which is always a lot of fun to watch. But then I've noticed that you've done a lot of different things and sort of branching out into some of those jets. I mean, it's cool, right? That's what makes flight sim so awesome. Fly what you're interested in, and where you want. And if you're like me, you can fly it badly. That's okay too. Hey, Mustafa, hello. I should probably make a radio call here, shouldn't I? So this is Lake County. Lake County traffic. Douglas 816 is transitioning the airfield from the northeast to the southwest. We're currently at 3,300 feet, Lake County. All right. Great to see you, Moose. And you recently, Mustafa, you recently got a little bit of a flight sim related promotion, if I'm not mistaken. Has something to do with, I believe, with the NorCal, the Oakland airspace, right? I'm sorry I don't remember the details, but I do remember reading something about that on the Discord channel. Aren't you part of the
Cleveland traffic, Mitchell 8 Sierra. We're
maybe
just directly over downtown, about 5 or 6 miles from the field, landing something.
Never mind.
24 right.
Forget I said anything. Oh, so he's out in front of me. No, not a controller, but you were going to be part of the promotions team, or like not event organizer, but like I thought somehow you were now tied in with the Oakland crew. And anyway, but I'm obviously totally misremembering. So anyway, congratulations on whatever it is I think that that happened to you. And forget I said anything. It's been one of those nights, you guys. Cleveland traffic. Douglas 816 is approximately 20 miles out, and we're going to also be landing runway 24 Cleveland. I'm a media partner for FS Expo, but beyond
24
that,
right, slowpoke.
we're going to go 24 standby. I think we're going to do 24 left.
Status is the thing.
Actually, we're gonna go 24 left, so we can hit the general aviation there on the south end. Or were you planning on going to the cargo ramp? All right, I'll have to look back here, Moose. So I'm gonna, as usual, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna go to the Oakland ARTCC, and all right, I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to crash and burn. So anyway, you would know better than anyone what promotions you've earned, so I'm not gonna, it makes no sense for me to debate that, but I just anyway, I thought at the time, because what I remember reading is, I'm like, that is a great addition. He's going to be awesome at that. And so maybe it was just the maybe it was just being the media partner. That might be it. Maybe I just made it more than I thought, but the Oakland ARTCC, yes, that's what I was thinking, not the SoCal World Flight Team.
Cleveland traffic, Mitchell 8 Hotel Sierra, 5 on final, 24 right.
Anyway, what I was remembering was going to be awesome, man. You're going to do great, buddy. Okay. Man, I ended up timing the sun perfectly here. I can't see anything, so that's amazing. I will. When I figure out what you've been signed up to work on, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I can't see anything either. Right into the sun.
I see the downtown area, so all right. I need to start to descend a little bit here, I think, though, because I'm a ways out yet. I don't have to be in a big hurry, because the downtown area is actually, so this is like, we should have there's Lake, okay, there's Burke Lakefront. Yeah, this is cool. This actually is going to look kind of neat, you guys. Mustafa,
Where are you parking again? 816?
I'm planning on trying to exit and go down to that South GA area. So looking at trying to maybe grab Lima 4 or Lima 4 to Foxtrot.
Yes, sir.
That's where the air show is. Yeah, let me hop outside. I'm gonna show you guys this. This is a neat little airport. That's a pretty picture right there too, isn't it? All right, whoops, sorry. I'm gonna get rid of this stupid sucky picture. Let's put this guy in here. Ooh, it's got a little shrouded in mystery feel. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Man, that light.
Cleveland traffic, Mitchell 8 Hotel Sierra, clear, 24 right.
Get this ugly mug out of here. That light is amazing. Just amazing. Here's the scenery link. If you are an X-Plane person, it mentions that it's an alpha project, and it's been an alpha project for about 6 years, but it's still pretty cool. This did the Marconi Grand Prix. Oh, no kidding. How cool is that? All right, and I think that might be one of the lights right there, guys. I'm going to try to stay outside for as long as I can. This is just such a cool view. Downtown area. That's awesome. Pardon me. Cleveland Indians baseball field over there. And no, that's where the Browns play. Sorry, here's the baseball stadium. Now, very, very cool. Really nice, nicely rendered there, Osobo. Yeah. Very cool. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is down there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All my buildings don't look like potatoes, too. It kind of makes me think that somehow I got some settings turned up in the last update. All right, I better get serious about this here. Cleveland traffic. Douglas 816 is 5 miles to the northeast. We're inbound 24 left. Cleveland. All right, that is an approach light, or no, it's not. There's the approach lights. All right, that was a plume of smoke. Oh, struggling. I'm gonna go auto rich. RPMs too high, and I don't need to get too much lower just yet. Also, slow down a bunch either, just in case there's some bigger traffic. Downwind Sim also, remember, I think there's Cleveland Ground. Oh, you probably already have talked to him. Never mind. I'm going to double check. Yeah, Cleveland Ground 2170 is still there. All right, inbound. So we've got. Oh, that was a call for.
Susie!
That was a call for Toronto. Them's my shoes. Hello, Kevin. Let's go. Unstable. I need my next project is to try to get the junior first officer to do all the same aircraft calls as the lady that is in the MD-80. You know who I'm talking about? Stabilizer trim, collapse. You know her. I'm going to try to get him to do the same calls. Altitude in that same voice. I think he'd get a kick out of it. Alright. Another notch of flaps. I saw a YouTube video that had the actual recording artist that did that, and she said, yeah, that's how they wanted us to talk, or that's how they wanted me to talk. And so she went through every single one of those calls, and of course, like, I thought it was some kind of automated voice, right? No, it's not. It's a real person talking like a robot. It was really interesting. Stabilizer motion. Yeah, Betty. Just a minute, Cody. My Toga Dog number 1, I think, needs to use the little puppy's room, if you know what I mean. Our gear coming down. Cleveland traffic goal is 816. Short final 4 left. Cleveland. Yeah, I think he would. Yeah, it would be awesome if I could make that work. He's almost old enough that I can't exploit his talents anymore. That's why I haven't had any additional custom welcome sounds in a long time, because he's just like, he comes down, and it's a good thing. He comes down. When he gets down here, he wants to fly. He doesn't want to record for Papa. He wants to fly. So we're inching closer to that magical time when he can be where he lives, flying on the Xbox, and I can be where I'm at, flying on the PC, and we can be talking to each other, kind of like me and Downwind Sim are doing right now. So I'm really looking forward to that day someday. All right, I'm going to go flaps 1.5, and I'm looking for 90 on the approach, 80 over the fence and 70 on the touchdown. I was a little fast last time and I bounced, so let's try to do better this time. Getting a little bit of that crosswind. Boy, the plumes of smoke don't really give away the wind direction. It'd be nice if that was modeled. That would be helpful. Here we go. Yeah, this is, by the way, a freeware add-on upgrade for Dylan Hopkins, and it, I think it was Tim Dog that pointed that out. It is a nice little upgrade. Ground is waiting. All right, good deal. You got a cup of coffee and some pie ready for me in the FBO. That's what I'm really looking forward to. High again. It's kind of my normal, I guess, my normal procedure today. There's 90. Good. Getting a little wobbly. Stable-ish. Let's find the center today, shall we? Over controlling the airplane right now, like I always do. A little bit right, but not horrible. Let's try to fly the tail a little bit here. Oh boy. Yeah, no, don't do that. Yeah, I just get a little squirrely there at the end. Oh well, we kept it on the runway for the most part. This is hopefully our turn, Lima 4. Yes, indeed. I'll take that. As much as I fly this plane, it's no surprise that I'm not very good at landing. Or apparently tonight departing either, but we'll take that. In Cleveland, the tail flies you. Good call, good call. Alright, let's see where I'm at. Zoom in on my map here, yep. And we need to go hang a right on this. We're going right over this area here. Nobody coming, I hope. Alright, I need to, you know what, I need to talk to Ground. Hold on. Let's give Ground a call here. Cleveland Ground, hello. Douglas 816, we're clear of 24 left on Lima 4, just heading to that little GA area.
Douglas 816, Cleveland Ground, good evening. Thanks for parking Lima Foxtrot.
Lima Foxtrot to parking, Douglas 816. Almost forgot we had those guys, so give them some love if they're going to be here. That's really cool of them.
Ramp full 816.
It's got a Mitchell sitting in the way. All right, come on, girl. What are we waiting on? There she goes. All right, yep, this next left-hand turn, and I am very curious to see what my model matching renders this B-25 Mitchell as, because I don't have a B-25 Mitchell in my model matching. So what twin turboprop? It'll probably look like a King Air or something, won't it? Hey, Original Godspeed is here. Hey, Scott, what's going on? You caught me right at the end, my friend. And there it is. What is it? It is a... Oh, not even a twin. What the heck is it? It is a... like a Cherokee or something. Perfect. That's exactly what I would expect. Look at this little FBO area, though, right? It's pretty cool. It's a lot of custom buildings and very nice, I think. Nicely done. Let's find a spot to park. We're going to call it a night right here, guys. Again, I appreciate you coming by. It's been fun. I do plan on retracing this flight and doing it eastbound as well. So I'll let you know. And then I'm looking forward to also some other of Mr. Gann's adventures, because he had many of them, and it should be a lot of fun trying to retrace those steps, like especially when you... I never did turn the inverters on. Oh man. Anyway, there's lots of good flight ideas, so hopefully we'll be able to do a few of them, and it should keep us busy, I would think, kind of throughout the 2024. Anyway, that's the goal. Is just to have a new series to mess around in and all that good stuff. Jackson Hickey Weather. Hey, how Cleveland Ground. Oh, hey Jackson, thank you for being on. By the way, appreciate it, and always nice to have somebody to talk to when we fly into a place like this. It's always nerve-wracking to try to make your way around an airport that you're not familiar with, but anyway, appreciate it. Thanks for the first-time chat, and I do enjoy flying up here, and I intend to do more of it. So this little freeway airport's going to go a long way toward that. In fact, I might even do this. Let's hop in here and do the showcase camera, reset the position, and let's take a look around, and then we'll kind of close up. Yeah, Downwind Sim was the Mitchell that came in before me, and he probably buttered it if I know him. But let's head over to the main terminal area. Get rid of that. It's my ugly mug's off now too. That's good. Let's speed up the drone. I need to figure out a way, and I know there is a way, but I need to get some keyboard commands set up here. But yeah, there's kind of just your main terminal, but I like that it's not all the default, apartment looking buildings. And again, some custom signage. Has this nice little bridge area here. The parking lot modeled as kind of a welcome to Cleveland, I think. Oh no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Thought it had some welcome to Cleveland International Airport. Sheridan Hotel. So anyway, yeah, just a nice one. Again, I don't have the link, but head over to TO and you can grab your copy, and then you've got a little hub in the kind of in the Lake Erie area to fly into and out of. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool little spot. But anyway, that is going to wrap it up for me. And we got a few more things to look at over here, though. UPS. Oh, yeah, we got the NASA Glenn Research Center. Very cool. Very cool. Cargo area. So, yeah, pretty versatile airport. Handles everything that you can throw at it. So, and I've always had really good luck when it comes to ATC and working with the guys out here. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Lots of good things. And then this is us. I think we're just on the other side of this, aren't we? Somewhere over here? I don't know. We're in here somewhere. Yeah, we're down here. Okay. That will do it. We'll do it. Downwind Sim, thank you so much for the interiors model as well. Very cool. That will do it. Downwind Sim, thanks for flying along. Appreciate that. In fact, let's do this the right way here. I'm gonna come over to the outro screen, and let's do it. All right. Again, Downwind Sim, thanks for flying along, man. It was a ton of fun. I always enjoy. We don't fly together nearly enough, so it's fun to do that. I want to thank Jackson Hickey for the ATC, and thanks for the follow. Looking forward to getting to know you as well. The Real Flying Bunny, thank you for the follow. Flights with Joel, awesome raid, appreciate that. Sparky Pilot, great to see you. Thanks for 12 months. That's so awesome. Mr. Code 47, appreciate your follow as well. Hawker came in with the raid as well. Hawker, thank you. Good to see you. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. SKM Connell, thanks for the follow. Huddy Huddy LMAOO. Thanks for the follow. 757 came in with the raid as well. Thank you, Spy Raiders. I appreciate you. Odds Get Even. Thank you for the follow. And then 2 hours ago, to kick things off, our buddy JPC cheered 500 bits, and Twitch added another 100 on there. So he kind of got the ball rolling, and it was awesome to have all of you guys along for the ride. My next flight is going to be Saturday, by the way. We're going to be in the SR-22 doing an event called the I-20 Corridor, and I've got several hops we're going to do in that awesome plane. Little rusty down when Sim was saying your camera changes more often than people's underwear. Well, you know, it's usually I try to keep it fresh, buddy. I try to keep it fresh. So yeah, Saturday it'll be again kind of our usual time, which is 6 p.m. where I live, and which is 1 a.m. Zulu. So I'll send you a little white dot when it's about that time. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing, and then into next week. Shoot, I've got a lot of stuff planned. We're going to be doing a Hawaii event on Tuesday, and then I've got Cargo Mail coming back on Thursday. So hopefully you guys can tune in for that. Again, 6 p.m., 1 a.m. Zulu is kind of when I do my thing. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. All right, let's do this here. I'm going to set up a raid. We're going to go check out our buddy Tommy, that flight sim dude. Oh, I hope he's not about to wrap up. He's kind of got that outro looking screen, so hold everything. We're going to let's go watch Mustafa mess around in the TFDI MD-11. It's an awesome plane. He's an awesome streamer, and he just received a promotion that he doesn't know about, so I'm going to go find out what that is. But all right, guys, I got to go. Can't wait to fly with you again. We'll see you Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your week, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Take care. God bless.